Okay, it is finally time. It has been 1 week since the Trackmania Games Pathfinding map was revealed. I discovered this 1 week ago. I uploaded a video about that as well. This is a track with 20 checkpoints scattered around the area here, and it was the task for all of the different nations. Basically, the Trackmania games is like the Olympics for Trackmania. We have different disciplines like, tech, mix, but here we also had now pathfinding. And interestingly, this map was pathfinding with a secret records. Everybody had 1 week. And yeah, every nation tried to figure out the best path on this track. When I did the discovery, I managed to get a 2-minute 19-second time on this map, saying that I thought a sub 2-minute time would probably be possible. And yeah, we instantly tried to figure out the best strat for this. So we were, of course, going for Germany. I can say also at one stage we were 1, 2, and 3 for Germany. So we have a good route for sure. I'm super curious as well what other people have found. The results will be revealed in a few minutes. Before that, I want to show you guys how we came up with the route. So first of all, the very first thing that we did on this track is get rid of this roof. Because if you look from above, you can't really see all of the checkpoints and stuff. So the very, very first thing that we did was create this here. This was Mario's task, basically. He went into the map editor and got rid of all of the blocks above this, blocking the view, and then numbered every checkpoint. It was really important that we knew which checkpoints we were talking about. So, this is the start, then here's the finish in the middle, then we have checkpoint 1 up here, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, checkpoint 4, checkpoint 5, and so on and so forth. So this is what we started with. Then, of course, this is kind of, a lot of people were talking about that as well. This is kind of a traveling salesman problem. It's a little bit different though, because the traveling salesman, usually you do it with distances and they are defined from checkpoint to checkpoint. In this case, it's time-based and it depends also on your speed and direction from every checkpoint and checkpoint and all of that stuff, which makes it a lot more complicated to solve. But it's still possible. There's 20 factorial different solutions technically for this route, but a lot of these were not very good. So very first thing that I can show is there are 2 routes on this map that were pretty much obvious, and almost every single route has this. There were very few exceptions, but almost every route has this, and that is this line right here, checkpoint 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's also this one, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These are really hard to get in any other way. I can maybe drive these ones on the track itself. So if I'm just gonna drive now, I can show you these 2, because these 2 were pretty much set in stone. So the fastest way to get there, I guess, if I go like this, up here, is first of all this checkpoint. You first drive this one right here, jump up like this. And then we found out the best way is to jump below that bridge into this one here. Release, and oh my god, I am zooming right now, 5 seconds out of my PB. So yeah, that's one that you definitely want to do. That combination was really difficult to find anything else. And then this here, this checkpoint into this checkpoint right here, drop down, then nose slide across there was a little bit better, through the tunnel, and you wanted to jump into here, into this checkpoint, and then release and into this one. Now those were pretty much obvious. Every single route has that for the most part. This is pretty much every single one. Then the question after that is, how do you combine these? Wait, I can't, wait, new layer. These checkpoints, basically, 12, 10, 11, 13. And how do you combine these ones here? These ones pretty much always gonna be in the same order between 9 and 14. These ones you could maybe split. Maybe you could take them from 18 at the end, or you take them at the start until checkpoint 6. So that is basically the idea for the route. What was the fastest? Now, of course, we went ahead and made a spreadsheet for all of this. So if I'm just gonna open this right here, we have a spreadsheet ready. This is the Trackmania Games Pathfinding spreadsheet from Germany, of course. Here we go. So we made a spreadsheet from every single checkpoint to every other checkpoint, writing down all the different times that you would drive for these. We also have the map, of course, again on the other side. So basically, if we take a look at this, this is from start. This is a column. The column is always where you start from. And then these here are the ones where you end up on, the rows. So start to checkpoint 1, which in this case would be, you know, this checkpoint to the start, I guess, to checkpoint 1. That would take us 12.7 seconds. Wait, is that real? That's really slow. Then start to checkpoint 2 would be 12.9. Then, for example, we have a few that are faster, like 8.7, 7 seconds here. And then, for example, checkpoint 4 really fast with a 5.5. We have all of these written down for every single one. We also color-coded these in terms of like how sure we were about these. You know, like the gray ones, 100% sure you can't improve those times. The bright yellow ones, we were like, you could maybe get like a 10th or 2, you know? And then like the orange ones, very unclear, and the blue ones, I just guessed, honestly. 999 basically means that either it doesn't make sense or the connection is impossible. Because obviously you can't go from checkpoint 1 to checkpoint 1. You can't go from checkpoint 6 to checkpoint 6, obviously. But then other ones like checkpoint 7 to checkpoint 13 is like from this checkpoint to this checkpoint. You would never go from one side of the map to the other side of the map while not taking any other checkpoints. The checkpoints had to be really, really quick because this is a very dense map. It's really close to each other. And yeah, we basically, Marius and me did all of this. So this here is all of done by Marius and me. I think Marius did like 2 or 3 of the checkpoints and I did the rest. We were at first thinking of making the spreadsheet with like the entire Germany Discord and everybody coming together and putting numbers in, but we quickly realized that it's probably better if like we just do that ourselves, because for one thing, we know exactly how it works and how much speed we want to get into every single checkpoint and stuff like that. And I would test it again anyways. If somebody else put numbers in there, I would recheck them 100%. Like, I would definitely go through everything again. Like, I would just have to go through the entire map completely anyways. So we got all of this done in the first 2 days. And of course, at the very beginning, we did not really get good results from this. Because obviously, a lot of checkpoints, you know, let me give you maybe one example here. For example, at the very, very beginning, one of the best routes that we got was, you know, like maybe driving up here into this checkpoint, checkpoint 4 in this case, then going up to checkpoint 2, and then obviously because we always looked at the fastest times, you went into this checkpoint, and what the program then wanted to do is that you turn around in an instant and instantly drive this direction full speed and like go to this checkpoint here, you know? Because obviously the program, when you just put in the numbers, doesn't know what direction you're coming from, what speed you are having, and all of that stuff. So what we did then to combat that is this here, you know? We have, for example, here, this is normally an 11, but if you're coming from checkpoint 15 or 16, it turns into a 10, you know? Or this here, this is normally a 4.6 checkpoint, but if you're coming from 7, 6, 4, or 3, it is a 7. The program is able to do all of that cleanly. The program that then solved all of this is made by Isfo from Poland, of course. He made that program initially for here, what's it called? The things. One of the maps that we tried once. I think it was Katsuya, actually. That one had like 120 checkpoints, was super difficult. Let me quickly see if I have it. Yes, okay, here. So I will probably link that as well, but here you have the GitHub from Isfu's Trackmania Pathfinder program. So you can see right here, you would then, you know, have the spreadsheet, you put that into a file, the input file right here, and then it spits out all of these solutions here basically, and you can look at them and all of this stuff. You can fill out how it's gonna look like and everything, and it's also able, here he explains how it is able to solve these cases where you have different directions and all of that stuff. Super cool stuff. Has been done a long time ago, like 2 years ago or something. He made this for our stream actually. I think a lot of other nations also use this most likely. But yeah, that is how we then came up with this here. And I thought I coded my own solver. I did code this myself back in the day, but I did not code it very well. So Eastful's program can do this in 0.1 seconds. It crunches all of these numbers in 0.1 seconds. I calculated earlier for the 10,000 best results, and it got that in 1 second. Now, when I did this, it would not have been quite as fast because I just did the brute force algorithm and just go through every single option. His code is a lot smarter. You can look at the GitHub if you want to find some solutions for that. But yeah, anyways, this is what we got then as a solution. So one path at a 99.6, which is a 139.6 in theory. Then the next path was 1.4 seconds slower, with a slightly different route. Then we have another one 1.6 slower, 1.6 slower, 1.8, and then it gets really close. So we have here a few bunched up at super fast times, and then after that, like this is 42s, 43s, and so on. Super, super close. I can tell you as well that I checked for the top 10,000 solutions, and the 10,000th solution was still a 146. So there were many, many solutions possible on this. But in the end, one route was way better. Before I show you that route, I wanna maybe show you a few strats still that we found that were really good. I also want to show you the part maps that we built then as well. Did that just jump to 10th? Oh, fucking hell. They still had 5 minutes when I started this. There's no way 2 people just improved. God damn it. Anyways, so let me just go into the campaign for our pathfinding. We built 5 different path maps for this and also 1 secret map. If it's Yuyano, it's good. So I want to show you some strats because obviously a lot of these strats were gonna be really difficult to drive, and there's some fun ones that are not used in our actual route. One fun one is this here. I like this jump a lot. So if we go around here and then, jump into this wood, we can basically keep all of the speed into the checkpoint. Really difficult. It's finished now. Alright, we're gonna take a look. No spoilers in the chat. I will take a look at all the times and what all the other countries found as well in a second. No spoilers. We will take a look once we get there. This route here was really cool. I want to show you. This jump into that checkpoint, and you can do it full speed. So from here, from this checkpoint, or any checkpoint that can reach this, you could do this jump full speed into there and be super fast with it. There's also other routes with this ramp here going to this checkpoint and then continuing. Lots of cool stuff there. One route that I also thought had to be in the route at first, that the best route possible, was this connection right here. Let me show you. So this turn around here, and now through this checkpoint, go onto this. Because this combination, if it works, it's like 2 seconds long from this checkpoint to this checkpoint. However, if you want to do that, you kind of have to get to the checkpoint from here, You need to enter the checkpoint from here. Now, the only way that we found this to be possible was this. Let me show you. Here. The only path that I found in which we could make this jump. Double water bounce. Now, luckily, this was not in our route in the end. It was not faster, but this was the only strat I found. And this is like the best attempt that I had and didn't even make it. That was one that was marked as cocky. There's a few other ones that we marked as cocky. Very regular for sure. But if it would have been faster, we would have done this. And who knows who would have come up with all of this stuff. But yeah, our route crystallized. I can tell as well that the route that we found, that we then drove in the end, we found that Saturday night. You know, like we had this for like a week, this route already. I spent a lot more time afterwards still on the route finding and checkpoint orders and stuff, just to make sure. Like 50% of my time was spent finding this route. The other 50% was making sure that it was the best and that there was nothing else. I really made sure that this was the best checkpoint order. We'll see if it actually is in a second, of course. But yeah, that is what we had. And then the question was, how do we optimize this? So that was basically Marius and me. Marius and me found the checkpoint order. No, the others didn't do much there. We just did that together because we felt like if we do this format, we should be able to find it, and it's gonna be a little bit easier that way. Then after that, I built some part maps for the others so that we could test how fast these routes could be. And we have 5 part maps, and I want to show you the world record on those by the players, and then afterwards we're gonna show the full run. So you will see the route now in short sections. So we have a part map for the start, and this is how our start looks like. Go into checkpoint 4 on the left, and then this. Jump up here to this checkpoint, across there, onto the quarter pipe, smooth landing, and then continue here with a lot of speed. This is the first part. This section here is so extremely difficult, it's insane. This jump, it is so hard. Also, clipping here or not clipping was really difficult. It is possible to get this without a clip. Just takes a lot of time. You need to like max it. We will see what we came up with in our actual records then. But yeah, then drop down here, and this fucking edge here, I'm gonna rant. This edge is the worst edge I've ever had, I ever came across. I lost 50% of my runs to bugging on this edge. It's so bad. It is so, especially if you have speed. Like every time you have speed, it kills you. Literally every time. It is so annoying. Then you also, of course, need to get this quarter pipe jump really good, and then we go to the next one. Now, the one after that is this part here. So what we would do is, you know, we drop down here onto the platform, and then we go into this area. And let me show you what we have on this one. Another Schmanuel record here. We drop down into this checkpoint. Now clean downhill there, and now wood grip. This is something that Betatos found, I believe. Also the other one in general. Marius and me were the ones who found the checkpoint order, and then we gave these part maps to all the other players in Germany, and then they could find like optimizations, you know, and small tricks on the maps. This one, like, I found initially the wood grip, but Betatos found out that you can keep like way more speed through it, and that was really good. Then actually Fegir came up with this downhill line, which is faster. I can't believe it, but Fegir was the one who came up with this. Got it insane here. And then the wood grip as well. Yeah, this one was a really difficult part. Also, there was one thing I wanted to mention about this, which I think is so cool. Like, it is so cool that the next jump here, if we take a look at this jump afterwards, if you get good speed through here, is so clean. Like that you literally perfectly land in that downhill. So sick. I don't know if that was intentional by the mappers, but really cool how that comes together. Then this part, as we mentioned earlier, we already knew that this was the best route, and then jumping below the bridge gives a little bit more speed, you know, we knew that was the best. Then this one here, we have 2 different lines actually. I think Schmanuel does the jump line. Yes, he jumps into a slide on this one. This one is really weird that this is the best route. This one always weirded me out. That it turns out that, you know, going up here and just grabbing this checkpoint and turning around is the fastest. That you don't take it at a later stage. This is like the part that weirded me out the most. And then also this jump was really hard. Lots of landing bugs that you could get there. And then going up here, this was my strat. I intentionally hit the checkpoint always. That was what I always did on the checkpoint. Was fairly consistent on that as well. And then you go to here. Now, in my opinion, like, for me personally, the hardest part of the map, harder than getting the start clean, almost, it's this. This checkpoint right here. You go through here, and now land in this checkpoint. Perfect turnaround. Keep speed. Jump up here onto the platform and drop down. Now it's not over. You need to get this bounce into the checkpoint good as well with the apple. And then no slide across here into the finish. This part is so fucking hard, but it's also so fast, you know? You get into this checkpoint quick. Then from this one into this one here is 2 seconds, you know? Just takes 2 seconds to get into this checkpoint. And then also this one. Super, super quick as well. Just incredibly difficult though. And then also this bounce here. The best we found was this right here. Air brake and release bounce to keep the grip. It was really difficult to find anything consistent there. And then another no slide here and into the finish there. And then the final part here is this one. We also tried around with this one a little bit. I think here Schmanuel actually did a sideways one. I don't know if he actually did that now on his PB as well. Can be equal apparently. And then through here and you jump to this. This way showed up earlier already. Or we showed earlier already that this was good. And then into here through the checkpoint and into the finish. There was one strat here that I never tried myself. And it's this wall bang that Beta Tools is doing here. Can be faster apparently, but like maybe a 10th, but looked pretty inconsistent. Alright, but that were our part maps. So a lot of effort went into that, but we obviously had these routes for a very, very long time. Now it's time to take a look at the actual map. So, how did I drop to 10th? So my run... That's so close. There's no way! Oh my god. Okay, we're going in. We are going in. My run is a 0.89. Now, the program spit out a 39.6 earlier, if you remember, for the optimal route with all the best speeds. So I was pretty happy with this run. Yesterday night, I hunted the map and I was 4th with this. In the last day where I now wasn't really able to hunt, I dropped 6 positions somehow. Are you kidding me? At least Giuliano beat me by a few hundreds, but it's only, like, at least it's Giuliano, you know? It's from Germany. I believe Giuliano, me, and then Schmali, of course, have the best ones. So this is my run. I got the start somehow clean, then smooth transition there, drop down here, go over the grass. So I want to first show off my run and then show the others. Then drop down here, release, try to get this good. I didn't really get the downhill that clean. Then wood grip through the left here, through the checkpoint triangle. Now jump up here into another triangle. Jump up, smooth landing. Now, until here, my run was alright. I had a few runs which were like, you know, half a second ahead here at this point already. But it was pretty good. Like, this was a pretty good start. Then we jump into here. This, I think I released a little bit too much. I lost like maybe a 10th there. Then we take the checkpoint hit, turn around, jump up here onto the platform. And now, the thing that annoys me the most. I crashed. I crashed in my PB. It cost me over 3/10. That crash right there. It was in the middle of the night when I drove this, like 4 AM or something, and I fucking crashed. It annoys me so much. Cost me 4/10. I wonder how much I lost there, because like I never crashed there. Only in this one I crashed, but then at least I had the turnaround sick. That was really good. For my standards at least. Then jumping up here, jump up onto this. That one I also lost speed on as well. Then no slide here. And then the very end I think was good. So yeah, I could have definitely improved by another half a second. Probably like a high 38 I could have done for sure. Which would have been good, but not top 3. Because the top 3 are apparently insane. Let's take a look at Schmanuel's run. Now this is the same routes as me, just better, faster somehow. So he gets the start clean, he doesn't get the small slowdown that I got on the edge. That is already like a 10th or 2. Then smooth landing here, drop down. I have not seen this one actually yet. 0.53, I can't believe how close this is. We have to watch all the others. It's gonna be so exciting. I wanna see the others' spreadsheets as well, if they did spreadsheets as well. Clean down here by Schmanuel. Drop down here. Like at the moment, like you would be wondering, how would anybody gain on this, you know? Grinding time, way too much. I think I have like 10 hours on the map or something. Like, the problem is I did most of that in the early days, and then the last 2 days, I didn't have time to grind anymore. I did improve a lot, but yeah, I grinded a lot with the wrong strats. We did come up with some faster strats later on. Here he does this jump with the backside, which is really nice. And then jump up here. Now, another nose slide to the left, getting it clean. Another drift, and now here, he lands so clean. I don't know how he does it. It's so good. But he actually didn't have it that good in this run. He landed clean, but he didn't keep that much speed. Release, that's really fast. That is really fast. And the nose slide here, he somehow gets around with 40% on keyboard. And then one more jump to the left here. And into the finish. Good release. He lost a little bit there. Oh no. Oh no, he lost a little bit there. And then finish. How will the points be divided? It's the top 3 from each nation and their positions. Now what did Riso do? And Bren. Let's turn the cars on. I think it's gonna be the same route. Because I believe there's no other route possible that can be this fast. It's the same start. They are getting it clean as well. Oh my god. Looking at this, wait, I need to turn Schmanil's run on as well. They are so close coming out of the start already. This is insane. Holy shit. Watching Riso. Riso has the best start out of all of them. Now drop down here. Same strat as well with the release. Also goes for the downhill. Bren didn't have the downhill. Bren did not have the downhill. It only saves like a 10th or 2. If you get it good, that is. It was very difficult. Bren did not go for the downhill. Behind right now. Wait, let's actually look from Bren's perspective. Okay, so here you can see again, he was with them, but then drops down here and he has less speed now into this and also into the wood. But gets a really good wood line there still. Lands sideways, but still somehow saves it. Wow. Then jump up here into another downhill. Then the drift here, really want to optimize this. Bren got that really nice. Drop down here, they also have the line below the bridge as well. There they have all the lines as well. Jump up here, release timing, that's good. Then across to here. Good stuff. Wait. There's no way. That's not far. That looks easier, maybe. We tried this as well, but it was never faster for us when we did this route. Interesting. Interesting that they went that way around. It looks like our strat is faster, though. I don't know if Schmania had it perfectly. It looks like it might be faster. What we had. Okay. Interesting. But still, all the other strats were the same. I just think this entire map is so goddamn difficult in general. Bren basically going no side there almost. And then drop in here. Oh, he gets it good. But slower than the others. Jump up here. Loses as well. Crashes! But he has such a good uphill now. Raise as well. Nah. There's no way. There is no way the end. I did say earlier, Schmanio's end did not look that good. Riso went for the wallbang. There is no way. Schmanio's ahead. There's no way he had... There was a finished strat. Oh my god. I tried that multiple times. Marius also tried it. But it was always slower for us. It was always slower to hit the thing. How did that work for them? What? We tried this. Nah, no way. That's crazy. Yeah, this map was insane, honestly. This is a really interesting line, but it seems slower. But then he is way earlier on the platform. And with that has more speed. And then also went for the wallbang. Crazy stuff. And then this end. There's no way we actually lost it because of that. It's only like 300s faster, if at all. Yeah, you need the specific bounce as well. You need this bounce where it pushes you downwards. It does make sense. It does make sense. Now looking at it. That's crazy. Granadi moment, kinda. How did everyone find the same line? Because people were cooking deluxe and spending like 10 hours plus just searching. Like, we found it in 2 days. So, France apparently only found this yesterday, the route. And Riso was told the route, by the way, as far as I heard. Riso did not have the route. Apparently he was told what they were doing. Okay, now, big question. Levon. What is Levon doing? This is for Norway now. Norway also got into the top 5 at the end. What is their route? Are they doing the same one as well? Jumping up here, gets it also clean, dude. Everybody is getting it clean. Drama, I have no idea. It's the thing, of course. They saw Germany instantly having the route. We were top 3 and they were getting desperate. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, at least the UK had no clue. The UK is nowhere to be seen. Who is the best UK player? Are they even in the top 32? Yeah, Levon and me are pretty much equal up to this point. But then probably has to end better somehow. Let's see, jumping up here. Yeah, gets that better. Of course, I have to crash in my run where I lost like 410. Gets this better as well. Is it the same line? What did they do? Like, these are the only other ones, I guess, we're still in here. They are going this way up. That was not the cleanest there, but he's still staying ahead. Also here I found out like a small left tap can be sometimes good for making that jump and not getting the nosedive. But yeah, there were 3 Norwegians in the top 10. They definitely found the sweat as well. Jump up here. Drop down. Yeah, Virtual was also in the top, for sure. Yeah, they were definitely grinding. Yeah, it looks like the same route. Everybody in the top 15 or so found the same route. Which, to me, was obvious as well, because... the route, just looking at it, it was pretty clear for us that this is the only path that can get these times, you know? Like, if we look again at the spreadsheet from earlier and our results, if you look at this path was like 1.4 seconds faster, and we even found like many improvements. The second best path is actually a little bit different, but it still has the same tricks. Like, it's doing 14 to 18 early, and then going to 4, and then going to the finish from 12, which can be a little bit easier, but you still need to do some difficult thing. Okay, you guys don't know the checkpoint numbers. Yeah, you go basically to the finish from this checkpoint here then, and then you do this different. I think you didn't have to do the turnaround jump then, but you had to do like the jump up to checkpoint 19. The difficult one at the very beginning. It was difficult to even make it, and let alone getting it clean. Yeah, you had to do it way later, so it was not really worth trying that route in general. But yeah, looking at the Trackmania O page, there are a few that I want to take a look at. So, first of all, here, I unfortunately have to refresh again. This is crazy. So, just looking at this was a 1-week competition. Reizo, 4 hours ago. Schmanuel, 8 hours ago. Bren, 11 hours ago. Levon, 1 hour ago. Sapi, 2 hours ago. Virtual, 23 hours ago. That is the oldest run here then, I guess. Then Link 42 minutes ago, 3 hours ago by Quick. Then Yoyano 34 minutes, me 18 hours. This was obviously in the night. When I drove this also, I have a chat again. Can you tell me what the best UK player is? Okay, we can maybe find them. Crisp, I guess. Crisp on 17th. Yeah, then we have Wolsa a day ago, Gwen 5 hours ago, Joseph 5 hours ago. I want to see Scrappy's route. Because Scrappy is the fastest not with this thread, I imagine. Like, Scrappy must be the fastest who doesn't do this thread. And then we have Twist, Marius. Then I guess it's UK on 17th here. Not gonna get very good points here. Corny and Isfo. Isfo, of course, was the creator of the program. So I assume that they also did the spreadsheet stuff. I wonder how other people came up with all of this stuff. It will be really interesting to compare. Crisp did the same route as us. Really? That's interesting. Maybe Sweden? Sweden did also find out. Wait, yeah, also Marius improved 22 minutes ago. Yeah, nice. Wait, 8:59 p.m. What the fuck, Marius? What time? Oh, wait, yeah, 40.8. I see it here. You remember you had a 40.9 before. That's crazy. Skande also here with a 41. I want to see Scrappy's one. Let us take a look at Scrappy's one now. Okay, so I believe we can watch his run. Also, by the way, my best checkpoints here, if anybody's curious, my optimal run was a 36.9. I just could never get it through. Obviously, this is like off by a second, I would say, with my optimal lines. Like here you can see the comparisons. I believe this year, checkpoint 14 is where I crashed, so that cost 4/10. Then also here I lost some time, 3/10, start obviously quite a bit, if you're interested in that. Literally, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, okay, let me get Ghost++. I wanna load Scrappy's run here. Let's see. Why is Scrappy? Oh, wait, here. Oh, I guess I can even just go down here. Okay, find Ghost. Okay, it is loaded. Can I now watch it? Scrappy. Aha! He's going to the right. He's going 14 to 18 first, I assume. He's actually going to the right. Gets the nosedive with the sideways line. If it's at the very start, that's of course a lot easier. Then goes here. Are they gonna do just the second best route, I wonder, that we found? The 14 to 18 start. Goes to checkpoint 80. They are not! Ain't no way. What is this? Going onto the roof? Yes, this was one cool strat here that's faster, going onto the roof here. And then going to this. Wait, no, maybe we did this as well. No, I think we also... Did we? This would be 14 to 18 to 19. Then this is the same. Do they have the rest the same? No! Okay, they're going to this one. That was, yeah, I think they... Okay, I think I know this route. What they're gonna do at the very end is they're gonna come from here, jump with this roof into this checkpoint here, drop down. I think... Wait, either they... I think they might... There's two routes. There's either this checkpoint, they go to the right, take this checkpoint, this up here, then drop into this checkpoint and from here into the finish. That is pretty fast. There's another route possibility here as well, where you go through this checkpoint, through this corridor, to the left, drop down, grab this checkpoint, tight U-turn, and then go up here and jump up to this. Also possible, and then to the finish. I think the first one is probably the best, I assume. Yeah, I spent a lot of time searching for the route. That is also maybe the reason why I couldn't quite hunt as much as maybe some of the others, because I obviously spent most of the time searching the route myself. Okay, let's continue on Scrappy. Okay. So it goes up here. Let's see if it's actually true or not. There are the others. He's going up like this. Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent run. This was a 40.8, apparently. And goes up like this. Now, do they have the turnaround in this route? I think they do, right? Yeah. No, you have to get to... Yeah, no, but he doesn't have the difficult turnaround. He can just go up now. He just drives. Yeah, he got the other checkpoint. Yeah, exactly. And he's gonna get checkpoint 20. Yeah, this one was faster, I remember. Drop into here. Then jump into the checkpoint. And then he takes the landing into the downhill. Exactly. Yeah, it's this one. And then into the finish. Just drive. And there are the others. Okay, I wonder what position is that in our spreadsheet now. Can we even find that one? I assume so. So if we take a look at this now. So it was start 14 to 18. And then, oh no, 14 to 19. I think it's this one, right? 14 to 19, then 1, 2, 5, then 6 to 9, 11, 10, 13, 12, 4, finish. No, this is a different one as well. This one is also taking those at the start. It's somewhere here, I think. 4, 19. I think it's this one, right? Wait, which checkpoint was 6 again? Which checkpoint was 6? No, that is a different route as well. It's somewhere here. Somewhere in here. For sure. It is. Somewhere in here. But yeah, most of the top players here, like obviously Hiom, Betatus, we had the same routes. I guess Aurel also has the same route as the French. I'm not sure what the Spanish had, or the Finns. I wonder. Would be interesting to see. Check now. Yeah, now hunted this map a lot, I remember. Was now the first Spanish. Let's see. I'm interested in that one. Let's watch Now's run. Apparently this is another different route. So they're starting off here. This is the Spanish route. What Team Spain found. They also worked on this a lot, I think. Going here up to this one. Oh, that's interesting. Then up here, I assume to the left. Yes. Then take checkpoint 20, I assume. And then go to the right. Yeah, I remember this. And then turn around. Yeah, this was the easy route we found at the very beginning. This was the first route that we found that was like easy to drive. Exactly. Still finishes, I think, in the same way from 18 into the finish. And I think it still has a turnaround as well. But now you're dropping to the left into the downhill. Exactly. And there the others are. I think from now on it's the same route, it's just the start is different, you know? It avoids that really difficult jump, but it is clearly slower, as you can tell. I think from this point onwards, it's the exact same. So we are going up here like this, and then the same turnaround again. It's only the very first checkpoints that were a different combination. Pretty good route, all things considered as well. You didn't get the nose side there. And then the finish. I assume they're taking the same. That's really cool. We had the same route as Germans, but we had skill check the Finns. Okay, interesting. I see, I see. What did the Netherlands do? I wonder. Who's the best Dutchie? That would be interesting. Does any Dutchies still have a good route as well? Or what did they find? What was Complex there? I thought I remembered Complex being somewhere. Oh, that's not how you spell Complex. Is there a run by Complex on this? There is. It's a 141.2. Okay, it's not much slower. Okay, here, Complex. Complex in 24th. Doing the same route as Scrappy at the beginning, at least. Jumping up here. I assume the next part is then the same, just a little bit slower than Scrappy. Goes for the wall bang, though. And then turn around here. That's fast. Yeah, Scrappy, why did you guys not do this, by the way? I completely forgot earlier. This is way faster turning around like this. Even if you don't clip. The clip by Complex was insane. But even without the clip, turning around like this is faster. Did nobody ever try that in Belgium? Oh, but Complex now doesn't have the speed. It's still faster, I believe, to do the trick. And then here. Jump up into the wall raid. I guess maybe they tried and they never managed to get it. Because I believe you can still, if you get the trick from Complex good, I believe you can still land on the roof. We tried that before. But yeah, then I think it's the same route here as Scrappy, I guess. Yeah, the Dutch and the Belgians had the same strat, it looks like. Yeah, jumping up here and then the route to the right into the finish. Yeah, just looking at everybody, I assume we all had the same routes. I wonder if any other people have some like fun strats or interesting ideas. There, okay, I have a clip. I wonder if there's anything else still. Oh my god, I already see it. Oh no. Okay, he is doing a tree bounce. We had a tree bounce as well, but I think it's something else. It's going in here. He's not doing a tree bounce. What the fuck, Ikoko? How the fuck does that work? Okay, I never considered that. I gotta be honest with you. I never considered this would be possible. What the fuck? I guess the Belgians got really desperate at some point. Holy shit. What the fuck? This is insane. That's even better than the water bounce that we were trying. This is like... The problem is this is not possible with the entry that we were doing. You would need to do a different route for this. Like you would have to come into it in a different way. Let me, wait, how do I... Let me just reload the map to be able to drive. You would have to come into this one probably with the same route that the Spanish and the Hungarians did there, where you turn around here, like this. Or I guess the Belgian route would also work. Yeah, probably the Belgian route would also work, where you go onto the roof and then here. That would also work, I guess. We had one tree bounce as well. Wait, there wasn't even a tree bounce. I just wanted to tell you about the tree bounce that we had. It was never faster, luckily. But it would have been a cool strat. Like, if you have a lot of speed from that area there, go into this checkpoint, then you can bounce off this tree into the checkpoint to the right. That is a really hard checkpoint to get to, in general. The one on the top here, this checkpoint. Really hard checkpoint to get to. And with this bounce off the tree, it was possible to get it fast. But yeah, I think that concludes the pathfinding map then, I guess. The pathfinding map, that was honestly sick to watch and discover with everybody here. I kind of almost want to watch just everybody together here at some point, but yeah, really cool stuff. I might, if anybody has spreadsheets or something, I would love to see them. If anybody has a spreadsheet that we could compare against, I would love to see the differences in all of that stuff. But yeah, I will leave the like links to the GitHub from ISFO and all of that stuff in the comments that we use. Really interesting. Was really a fun event. And yeah, in the end, I think Germany still comes off pretty well with the second place by Schmania huge. Schmania is GOAT, honestly, with that. He drove such a good run. And then Juliano and me still on 9th and 10th, also getting some valuable points. France also gets some good points out of the event with Bren on 3rd, Sapi on 5th, and I believe who was the next best after that? Let me quickly see on the Trackmania O page again. The next best after Sapi on 5th was then Link on 7th. Yeah, 3rd, 5th, and 7th is pretty damn good. Same with Norway. Norway cooked on Pathfinding here as well. 4th is 6th and 8th. This is a solo competition as well, so every player's points count. So yeah, it's really, really sick stuff for them for sure. There's so many French here though. These players, they have better positions. Like Jozo is 11th because there's 2 French in front of him and there can only be 3. I wonder how many players like France had that were working on this, because for Germany, like for the route, it was just Marius and me. Nobody else really did anything on the route because like we also didn't want that. Like we were pretty confident that we would just find the best, and if we put like would be too many cooks steering the pot, or however you call that sentence, that saying again. But then for the actual route and optimizations, we had like maybe 7 or 8 or so. But very crucially, we had Schmadio, where we had maybe like 7. I wonder how many people were trying together with like the other nations and stuff. Would be interesting to know. But yeah, was a really fun event. I hope you enjoyed the very thorough analysis here of all the different routes and what was possible on this. And yeah, maybe we'll have something similar again. Pathfinding, really fun. I wish it would have been over sooner when we had top 3 still, of course, because we found this route so quick. We had this in 2 days, you know. We were cooking very quickly here, and it took the others a little bit of time to catch up, but they eventually got there as well. But yeah, really fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, let me know if you like this kind of more thorough analysis more often and stuff. But yeah, take care, have a good one. Bye. Bye.